Greetings. Greetings. How y'all doing? YouTube is trying to fuck with me. They want me to go to copyright school. What? No, stop it. Knock the fuck off. How are y'all doing? What's going on, everybody? How are y'all? This is our business meeting 101. I'm good. I'm good. Fresh out the shower, feeling fancy free. So fresh and so clean. And just greetings, Marjay. My soul is missing upon you. Hey, Charming T. So I'm here on the basis of spirit, what spirit has asked me to do. And so what I'm going to do is see exactly how we can get together and we can help each other. So this is what we're going to do. I want everyone to take a moment and to just sit with self, take a few deep breaths. I would like for you to go. They're trying to shadow ban it. They pissed. I would like for you to go into your mind, and I would like for you to think. For those who would like to do something outside of the 9 to 5, even if you don't want to quit your 9 to 5, I want you to go into your mind, and I want you to sit with self for a brief moment, and I want you to think about if you could wake up every morning and do something that you would love to do and get paid to do it, what would that be? And then we're going to take it from there, okay? Take a few deep breaths. Go into your mind. Listen, we're going to set the tone, Victoria. This is serious. If you can't be serious, I'm going to ask you to leave. Starting a private school for our children. Art, babysitting or cooking. Well, I want you to pick one of those because I want us to focus on one. Motivational speaker. Okay, holistic healing. Hair store. Natural healing. A Black-owned ambulance. Okay. Okay. Interior decorating. Child, I could not spell that quick. Investing in properties. Okay. So I see a lot of them. We're going to start with properties. Y'all got your pens and papers? If not, take a moment to get it. You're at work, but you're listening. All right. A nonprofit. Why would I put none? Oh, God. And then I put an E on profit. What am I doing? Oh, goodness. Okay. Podcast. Let me just write a few down. Let's see. Thrift store. Great. Okay. Branding. Okay. So let's just start with a couple of these first, okay? So if you don't have your pen and paper, get your pen and paper. I know some of you are moving around driving, so do what you can or either watch it back in a little bit, okay? So first, let's start with the investing of properties. I want to start with that one because that's something that I know something about. Okay. I don't remember who said that, so I'm going to go back up and see if I see it real quick. Some of them, somebody said a black-owned bank. I like that. I'm going to put that down. I was hoping somebody said it. Okay. Skincare. Okay. Okay. Let me just ask, who was it that said buying and selling of properties? I saw it. I wrote it down. Buying and selling of properties. Who said that? Random news. I didn't realize somebody said something funny, my love. Moderators, keep your eyes on the chat. If there's any foolishness from people without visions, I would like for you to get them out, okay? All right. So who was that said, okay, Shantia B, you said you. Okay. So we're going to start with you, Shantia. Okay. So first, when you're looking at investing in properties, there's one surefire way that you would need to get in there if you do not already have money to set aside that you can put down for investments. Now, true enough, sometimes all you need is maybe $2,000 to $3,000. Income taxes will be coming up. If you have a good amount of income tax, it would be in your best interest to use that. So there's two ways, okay? The first way is wholesaling properties. Wholesaling properties. You can go on here to YouTube University and you can look at all of the videos on wholesaling properties. But basically, the rundown of wholesaling properties is this. You will find and locate whether you are looking at probate properties, okay, meaning these are properties that may be inherited, foreclosed on, like somebody has passed away and the families have it in probate court. You can go online and you can see who now owns the property. Sometimes the family just kind of wants to get rid of the properties. You can drive around, find properties, damaged properties, burned properties, vacant properties, foreclosed properties. You can even find properties that are being sold directly from the owner, not like not like by a real estate broker, but by the owner directly. Then what you want, you say multiple family houses, yes. What you want to do is put that property under contract. Meaning you will go into contract with the owner of the property saying that you are going to buy that property. If that person is asking for like $25,000-$30,000 for the property, what you're now going to do is go and find a buyer for this property. You will find a buyer that may want to buy the property for over the amount. Say if the person is only looking to get 27,000 for this property, it's going to be in your best interest to find someone to buy it for like 30, 33, $35,000. Okay. That's how you do. You're going to sell that contract that you have with the owner to the person who wants to purchase it. Sometimes we buy ugly houses, we'll buy the properties, but because they're an investment group, they want to buy it for the cheapest that they can get it for. Okay. That's why it's good to find foreclosed or probate. Okay. Now, I'll tell you, if you find a damaged property, say like part of the house has been burned and the owner just doesn't want to deal with it, sometimes that owner will sell that property for like $5,000 to $10,000. When you find that, you probably have hit a gold mine, because then you can go and you can put that under contract again. You're going to find or create your own contract. Again, you can go on YouTube and you can find all kind of contracts that's going to help you with this. Okay. Because there's many videos you can watch that's going to help you. One guy that I watch his name is Ty the Home Buyer or something like that. You can look up Maxwell. He's a black guy. He does this. He's been in the game for a long time. But if you find a lick like that, then you can probably find someone to buy it for about $15,000, $20,000 just to get it. You know what I'm saying? Because they know what it is. And so then you'll turn a profit off of that. And then you'll have something small to be able to work with. Okay. So say you do that and you have maybe an income tax return of $5,000 and you've only spent $2,000. So now you got $3,000 sitting in the bank and you have now turned a profit of $5,000 from this property. You now have $8,000 to work with. So then you can find somebody else and do this again, or you can go ahead and start to invest your own money in it. It depends on how you want to go about it. But I would say start looking at it from this angle first. Do all of your research, and this will be the first way that you'll be able to get into this. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Podcast is also going to be based on your intent, your content, your basis of how you get the information or your podcast out there, taking it very seriously, and jump into it. When you jump into it, you're going to have to jump into it. I would say start to build. Okay. Put it on all kind of platforms. If you're going to do like iHeart, which is what I'm going to do. If you're going to do iHeart, you want to go and get the best package that you can get to make sure that you're going to be on all of the live streaming platforms. Okay. It depends on if you're doing it with somebody that already has a basis of a crowd or fan base, who you may have on as a guest. It's always good to talk to people inside of your podcast. Okay. So even when you are going to say do interviews and you're hoping to, like, first of all, when I used to do um the Royal Connection with Aziza Nubia, right? That was the one thing that I used to like about Aziza. Aziza had a podcast, but she also ran an online magazine, and that is also something that you could think about as well. Online magazines, right? So she had an online magazine called The Natural Woman, which I've been featured in before. So I'm gonna always, even though we had some difficulties, but I'm always acknowledge that her magazine, because she did put me in her magazine at one point, and I'm definitely not a fucking hater. So her magazine is a Natural Woman's Magazine. What I liked about Aziza is Aziza became known for doing interviews with celebrities. And I asked her, I said, how do you get these interviews with these celebrities? She said, I will go to wherever the event is and I would wait outside. You can always get you like a journalist badge, okay? Like, for example, when I had put my artist in a Keisha Cole and Ashanti's concert, right? Um, a young woman had reached out to me that has she has her own and she's affiliated with a company that does journaling, okay? And it's basically like your own little, I don't want to say little, but your own little thing that you're doing far as your broadcast goes. So say, for example, if your podcast is alkaline water, and I'm saying it because my alkaline water sitting here, alkaline water podcast, right? And you trying to interview some celebrities. There's a concert going, and you want to, just like my homegirl from Why Hip Hop magazine. She interviewed me before down in Tampa. Shout out to her, Miss Jazz. So what Angie did was she called me. She says, I want to get a journalist pass to come backstage to do interviews. So then I called the gentleman that I had the connection with for the concert, and he told her how she can get her a little backstage pass to come. That's where you need to start. When we were backstage, all of the celebrities was back there, and you could start small. What's his name? Young Jock was standing back there. My children took pictures with him. 112 was back there. Jagged Edge was back there. You are backstage, so you can, and they want to be interviewed. You understand what I'm saying? So if that's what you want to do, those are some things. Like, even when you know that there's a movie being shot, you can, like TMZ, they just run up on you. Can I ask you a couple questions? That's how you start to do it. Get you a camera or whatever, your phone, however you plan on doing it, and start to do it that way. But if you're going to do just like a regular podcast, but that's how she did it. Like, she started bringing those interviews to her magazine, to her podcast. You know what I'm saying? Start somewhere. Start somewhere. So even if you're going to do a podcast, it depends on what your content is, how you get it out there, what kind of content creator you are. Let's see. Like, I did a podcast interview with Up All Night with Keena, right? Her podcast interview was great. I did it via the phone. You know what I mean? Some podcasts are visual, some are just audio. So it depends on how you want to do it. But you have to go and get you a computer. If you ain't going to do a computer, you try to do it on your phone. I think it's going to be maybe beneficial if you get a computer. Therefore, you can get you a microphone and it can sound more professional. You can drown out some of the noise and you can hear it directly. Because sometimes if you don't have a microphone and you're doing it just on a computer, it's going to be very low. When I used to do ear candy radio, I had a show on Ear Candy Radio, and then I left there and I started my own broadcasting station, which was A Walk with the Ancestors Radio, which is where I used to do my readings from. And I would bring people on to do online readings with me, and I would interview people. You have to start somewhere. So start big or small, just get it started and watch it grow. And you have to make it like it's your baby, to where you're just going to keep working this thing until it comes through for you. You know what I'm saying? Now, reason why I thought this spirit was correct, that this was important, because I want you to pay attention to who's in the chat, because somebody may be also doing something that you want to do, or have a link to do what you want to do. And you can reach out. It's always good to network. Always good to network. Never mind what the haters are saying. There's always going to be a hater, low vibrational, belly thumping ass bitch. It doesn't matter. Link up with some people. Networking is going to be the key. And some of you are already in our group meetings with the sectors. You can always see who is in your sector to see how you can also network in that way, okay? Let's see. Of course, babysitting and cooking, we can look into those, y'all. Let's go to that one first. Babysitting. It depends on what state and county that you are in, right? If you are in Cincinnati, Ohio, I had already started one before, but I never completed it. I never went fully into it, but I also have friends who own very successful daycares in Cincinnati as well. To get a daycare, and you say babysitting, but it's a daycare, a facility. You can do A or B, and that depends. I think A is in your home and B is in a facility where you're not living. You know what I mean? It would really depend, like I said, your county, but there is, like, you have to do is it BCI check, FBI check, background check kind of thing. You want to make sure that if you're going to do it in your house, that you have everything set up. Your house needs to be properly set up and registered the way that it needs to be. So when they come in and do your inspections and things like that, you're already ready to go. It's always good to have people that you already know need daycare as well. You go through the city, the city or county in which you're doing it for. You have to file paperwork. You have to put in an application through your county if you're going to do it that way. Okay. Let me see. What else would you need with that? Just making sure that you have like equipment, because they want to know that you clean. You know what I'm saying? Even if you have like the toys, it's always good to have certain things that you're going to do. When I used to work I worked at a daycare. I was a paraprofessional for Cincinnati public schools. And I did high school a little bit, but I did mostly daycare because my grandmother also ran a daycare. So from the time I moved in with my grandma, we had a daycare in the house. And so I saw how everything was done, how it was ran. That's why I attempted to do my own, but that ain't for me. And so you can do it that way. I also have a friend named Jenna. She owns a very successful daycare in Cincinnati. She started in her house first, and then she migrated and found a gentleman who was selling or had a house that was available. And she fixed it up, and now she has her own daycare facility ran out of a house. And so it's about how you move forward in doing that. Now, you also put cooking. I know a few people that's gotten this started. I used to have affiliation with a gentleman named Mac. Some of you may have been following me, may have even come to my event that I had in Atlanta. It was a group session. It wasn't a aesthetic. It was a group reading. And I had Mac as my chef. Me and Mac had planned to do a few shows together. I think we ended up doing 2. He was a great chef. But how I met him was he was doing a cooking show on YouTube. And I came across it. I was like, a black guy doing a cooking show on YouTube? And he was in Nashville at the time. And so I started watching him, and I was fascinated because he was a great cook. And he had music. He would talk to the camera. He would show you exactly what he was doing. He would get input. Yes, there were haters. People would go and say shit. You know what I'm saying? But he was thorough. You know what I mean? He was a great cook, and he was a aspiring comedian. So he would also like say funny shit. um you know try to make the audience engage, and people be like, well, what you cooking today? So then not only did he cook the stuff, he would take it to certain bars and sell the plates. And I know that because I used to help him. I used to take him to help him sell it. um and so like I said, he linked up with me, and then we ended up doing no, that ain't how I came across him. I came across him because he was flirting. I went into Sensational Seafood. He was a chef in there, and I was there with my friend, and she was like, we probably need his number. And so we got his number, and that's how I met Mac. But he was doing a cooking show from his house, and he was putting himself out there as a chef. You can create your own meals, start prepping, putting that shit together. Just set your phone up, your camera up, your computer up, whatever you got to do, and do that. You can also absolutely sell plates. I used to sell plates. I never did a cooking show. I always wanted to do a cooking show. I used to cook in the kitchen. I with me and Toddy, and we would act like we were doing a cooking show together. And I would sell my food. I would sell plates. But my business took off so quick, I wasn't prepared. It was Miss Tita's Comfort Kitchen. And so I did that for a while. I still had people a couple years ago asking, like, you don't sell food no more? No. And make sure if you're going to do it, get your little menu together. And I say little, not to be disrespectful, but little, because you don't never want too big of a fucking menu. You know what I'm saying? On my menu, all I had was chicken wings, fried fish, macaroni and cheese, um, and like a green bean or greens, and then like I would have specialties, like I would make meatloaf, mashed potatoes, greens, cornbread. Like that would be like on a specific day because I grew up with my mom doing that. You know what I'm saying? Not selling plates. That's just how she would cook throughout the week. We knew what day we would be eating certain shit on. Okay. So on Fridays, it was either we was going out to eat or we were going to barbecue. Saturdays was a free day. You better go in there and make you some motherfucking noodles or some tuna or something. But Sundays, we always knew Sundays were big cook days. So we was gonna have like a big dinner, which would be like spaghetti or and cornbread, or it's gonna be a pot of chili, or we're gonna have the meatloaf. So you know what I'm saying? So you need to know exactly what it is that you want to cook. You need to see if you need to have some sort of, if you're just going to sell plates, that's different. But if you're actually wanting to be a business and start to become legit, you want to look into licensing and permits and what kind of vendor's license do you need and things like that to go ahead and switch it over into legit to see if you can register the business. You always want to look into registering your business. Okay. And then you never know. Sometimes, let me tell you, I used to cook and I would go after the club. I would put my plates in the back seat, make sure that they were warm. I bought warmers, the bags, not nothing big, just bags that keep the shit cold or warm. And I would put the food in there and I would go outside where the bars were. Sometimes people parking lot pimp in motherfucking convenience stores. So it would be big, a lot of people in a motherfucking speedway. I would pull up in there. I got plates. I had one guy buy like three plates of chicken wings. He was high as hell sitting out in the parking lot just eating. I know it's true. I know it's true. You got to start somewhere and don't just overly spend your money. I'm just going to say this. I don't know. I'm just going to say I have went to Dollar Tree and got a lot of different things that I needed for my inventory. Dollar General, Family Dollar, Walmart. Best things you can do if you're going to buy in bulk, look at like Sam's and different things like that. Had to go there as well. But I took like $200-300 in food stamps. I did. And how you doing? And I had like Pepsi. I also had Fagos, bitch. It was whatever you needed. You know what I'm saying? I had it. So either you had a Sprite or a Pepsi, maybe a Mountain Dew. But if you wanted something a little cheaper, you can get you a Fago from me. You know what I'm saying? So look at how you can do that, right? Okay. Now, art. Art. So I have a client, Maya and I actually have a client. Y'all may have seen her before, Keisha Divine. Tucker, she is a beautiful artist. She actually has a showcase coming up again. It's going to be an in-person showcase. She has a gallery showing coming up. I believe it's going to be in November. And so if you're an artist, what you need to do is make sure you start to showcase your work, start to put it out there, go to different hotels. There's a place in Cincinnati called the Conscious Kitchen, and they showcase different artists. And the artists can sell their products out of there. Everybody knows that I am an artist. I used to have some paintings in the Elgin downtown Cincinnati. They did not sell. I went in there one day to see how they were selling, and they had my paint, my artwork on the floor because I was black. I picked up my shit and I took it with me. So you can look in different places. Different places love artwork. You fuck around and go into a restaurant that may be just opening. Hotels love them. You have to start to put yourself out there. Don't be like, well, I didn't went to 5 and they all said no. I don't give a shit. You ain't go to enough then. You need to have at least 10 no's before you get a yes. You don't want to just stop. You know? You know what I'm saying? You said, oh, as motherfuckers. They did. But you don't want to just stop because you got a few no's. It doesn't matter. You need to keep going. Find different ways. Do your own art gallery. There are little places like little boutiques and different things like that will rent their space out to you. And you bring food, you bring a few drinks, you set your artwork up, you invite people in. You know what I'm saying? People love free food and free drinks. They'll come in, they'll look at your shit. Go to different like boutiques, hair salons. Sometimes people, if you paint the right shit, they'll put your shit up on their walls. People love it. You can try to get your shit in like auctions and different stuff like that. It's about you putting it out there and being motivated and willing to say no. Make you need to be a walking billboard shit. Sometimes if you get your income taxes, you go out here and put some up on billboards. You need to see how much they cost. You can put them on benches, see how much they cost. The bus stop things, see how much it costs. All of these things are for sale. I painted for Africans. I did big billboards myself. Tony will tell you, I got hired to paint a big ass billboard. You might get hired to paint murals. You don't know. You need to put yourself out there. Just showcase your work because they may not want the paint you have, but they may say, listen, call you in 2 weeks. You weren't expecting it. But because you took it in there and they were able to see what you could do, you get that phone call 2 to 3 weeks later. Like, listen, my friend is opening up a XYZ and they looking for somebody to come in and just do some little paintings on her wall for her daycare. And she want to know how much you charge to come on in and paint like some pictures of kids and running and shit. Now that's your first job. Now that's your resume. So when you start to do that is, well, yeah, I've painted for, absolutely. You always want to upsell yourself. You never want to downsell yourself. Well, I did a couple of things here. No, honey, I own XYZ painting and I have been hired by to paint the into murals for, yes. Keisha has painted Rihanna, which Toddy won that painting. She's painted Usher. She actually took a picture with Usher and the picture. She's painted Tiny Harris, T.I.'s wife. She took a picture with Tiny in the painting. She painted Beyonce on the back of the jacket. You got to get very, very creative. Keisha has now dove into sculptures, and her first sculpture was amazing. You would have thought she'd been doing it for 20 years, and she has not. I just seen her second sculpture the other day. Keisha is fire. You have to believe in yourself and start to put yourself out there. There's always ways. Even if you have to be the walking billboard yourself. Let me tell you something. There's a guy that I just saw. I watched him. Fascinating. He makes carpets with cartoons on them. Somebody's like, oh, that's all you doing is tracing them. Listen, hater. He took the bottom part of the carpet and he put the projector of the cartoon on it. He went and fucking outlined it, Cole. You hear me, Cole Brady? He outlined it. Then go on TikTok and find this guy. Then he got all of these what do you call it? What you crochet, the yarn. And he did it like that, and then he cut that shit off, and you see the picture. And he cut it. He fucking vacuumed it. He did all this shit. Listen, he made it look so motherfucking easy, but a creative motherfucker is a creative motherfucker. Now, the reason why I say that is because you can go and get plastic, Cole Brady. You can go and get you some plastic. What can you do with that? You can paint beautiful fucking pictures on it. You can have it sealed the way that they do and glossed it. And then you want to get it where you put the punchings and the holes in it. And what do you now have? You have shower curtains. You can take that same painting and have it blown and printed and put on fucking sheets, bedding, pillowcases, shirts, jackets. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay? It's all about how the fuck you want to do it. Private schools. Private schools can also work the same way daycares do. Now, I don't know much about it because I've never had a private school. I've never had a school at all. But again, my grandmother used to run a daycare, and I'm assuming that it could go in the same way. Now, when you're doing homeschooling, I feel like that's basically what you are doing. You're setting up your own curriculum. Now, Charming T, may have more information about that. So maybe you should reach out to Charming T to see about opening a school. Okay, because that's how homeschooling is. There are communities of Black people, you can Google them, that have their own schools where they have about 10 to 15 students. People bring their children to them and they homeschool them in their homes. That is a private school. You can put your own, get with Cole Brady and have her create your logos for your school shirt, and that's their uniform. You have a whole curriculum. It's about networking. There she goes. Her email is smith.teess@gmail.com. All you need to do is get that information on what you need to do to be able to homeschool. Then you'll put your name to that, whatever name that is, because they actually want you to have a name. It could be Beautiful Butterfly Learning Academy. Beautiful Butterfly Learning Academy. You go and get you somebody that can create your uniform for you. The children come in and they must have it. You have a curriculum. You have what they're going to eat throughout the day. You teach them. You send them home. That is your private school. And period. Get with Link with Charming T. Again, her email is smith.teess@gmail.com. Motivational speaker. When you are doing motivational speaking, you can do this from anywhere. You can stand outside on a corner and motherfucking do it. You can walk up to prostitutes and do it. You can walk up to drug dealers and do it. I would say be safe though, but you can come online and do it. You need to have what you want to speak about. They have different forums and you can sign up and come in as a speaker. There are different events. Say Quatita Dean is having an event, and she's having an event in Atlanta, and you like, shit, I'm in Atlanta. You would reach out to Quatita Dean or somebody that would be having the event and say, hey, I'm a motivational speaker. I don't know if you have any, room for somebody like myself to come in and speak. First of all, let me tell you something about motivational speaking. I learned this from someone, one of the same people that I was talking about earlier that kind of did me wrong. But that's why I started a walk with the ancestors, because at first I was calling myself a prophetic medium, because that was my own lane, right? And so she was like, no, you need your own lane. And Spirit kept repeating, you walk with the ancestors. I said, I think I'm going to call it a walk with the ancestors. She was like, no, I don't know. I was like, no, I'm calling it a walk with the ancestors. And I'm going to call myself an ancestral interpreter. Why? Because nobody can tell you how to do what you do in your own motherfucking lane. So then when it came to her, I told her the same shit. So she started her own brand, and she called herself a survival coach. Nobody can tell you how to do you when you have your own lane. So yes, people be like a motivational speaker. I'm a motivational speaker. And I can do nah, bitch, that's not me. I am a foundational builder speaker of life goals. What? Yeah, I'm a foundational builder speaker of life goals. You know what that is? Well, let me tell you what it is, because it's to me. I've coined that. That's what you do. So, however, you want to reach people, develop your own fucking lane. So, can nobody tell you how to do that? You start to look out there for events that are coming up. Make sure it is basically kind of be, even if it's, I don't give a fuck if they're talking about plants, then your speech needs to be something about plants and how to incorporate that shit. Well, I'm an XYZ speaker and I think I can help. So then you would take everything that you know about plants and make it something that would be motivational for people, or whatever you feel like that's going to be. You want to first start to create your own lane. Put yourself out there. Go get you some business cards. So when you're putting out, do you know how many people will allow you to put business cards in their companies? Hair supplies will let you do it to the death. You might be able to find a boutique that'll let you do it. There are plenty of places. Then you either get you a podcast, get online, start to tag your videos with different things. Go to TikTok, give a 5 to 10 minute speech. Make it as positive and message bearing as possible. Find you a topic. You know how many people have lost their children? You know how many people can't get pregnant? Do you know how many people need the boost? All you got to do is find your lane and get to it. You don't need no money. You just need service, and you got service because you on here. That means you can start your own. All you have to do is start to build your people up so you can go live. So on YouTube, they ask that you have at least 1,000 subscribers before you get to go live. But when you're on like Instagram and TikTok and Facebook, they don't really have that. And you can link your Instagram to your Facebook, and then you just start to speak. The other day, Carbon Martian put up a video, and I was into it, like, and you right, it was what, 2 minutes? 2 minutes? I don't give a fuck if you only got 15, 20 views. They grow. They grow. People think you got to always buy subscribers. No, you don't. You start putting out positive quotes. Put out positive quotes. Do a book that's almost like chicken noodle soup. That's all the fuck it is. Positive affirmations, quotes. Some of them got Bible scriptures and whatever the fuck else. Y'all already know I'm working on my book. It's the new Bible for the melanin. You develop your own fucking lane, bro. You develop your own lane. Why my glasses keep looking crooked? My goddamn crooked ass face. Two different faces on me. You develop your own fucking lane. Nobody can tell you how to do what you do. Now, you can also, and when you talk about motivational speaking, you can go to homeschoolers. You can go to actual schools and tell them what you do. And some of them will have you come in and speak to the children. You just know you got to watch your language. It has to be age appropriate. And you start to build it that way. And by word of mouth, your shit will be held. You can go to colleges and universities. And as long as you're actually saying something that can be, listen, don't Don't do this. Let me see if I can find this real quick. Let me see if I can find this for you, bro. Because baby, this is what you don't do. This is what you don't do. Gonna see if I can find it for you real motherfucking quick. You know what? Let me just go to that because then I'm gonna be able to find it quick. All right. Girl, it's the first video. Pause and break, okay?
Yo, what up? You the new Bible study teacher.
Don't do
what you
this.
got for me today? Today's God's honor is we got to learn how to balance the wavelengths. Hell yeah. I manifest money. I manifest abundance. I manifest it to me. I shall get from the more higher power. You understand? Nah, not really. Can you break it down a little bit more for me? That's easy. Hell yeah. I manifest Michael the Archangel. Michael, gotcha. I manifest Gabriel. Yeah, sure, you're right, Gabriel. I manifest Megatron. You see how simple that is? I don't see how simple that is. What religion do you study? I might be walked in the wrong class or something. So, y'all tell me that Christians, Catholics, yeah, baptism, Buddha, Muslim, Salam, Islam, Egypt, Israel, Jerusalem, Bethlehem, Philadelphia, who? Louisiana. We have all these religions. I don't think them was religions, ma'am. Some of them was places that you named. I don't know if you did that. You knew that. I'm sorry. You know, now that I think about it, I think I have heard of the Philadelphia Eagle Angels, Louisiana Purchase Prayers. I'm trying to learn how to do that. See, I'm trying not to learn it just to go in on you. All right, now come on with it. Now I'm here for the truth. Come on, give it to me straight. The truth is gonna be letter U. Come again, say what? B letter U. You said the letter U. I'm trying to figure. Dang, just give me a chance. D letter or B letter? B letter. Show you right. I want to ask y'all this question. Human form, human spirit, people. What are you? See, I'm immortal. What? How you immortal? I could die the next day and wake up again. What? So you can die and wake up dead? No problem. I can resurrect and do it again and again and again. Wait a minute. So I'm confused. I hear you saying you're immortal and stuff. So I mean, how? You got superpowers or something? How are you immortal? You can keep resurrecting and wake up dead again and over and over. When the angels is here on earth like me, we fought war as light and evil, and because one of us has all the light in us, and then there'll be another angel that has straight darkness. Hell yeah. So you the light or the dark angel? Actually, I'm both. I don't know how, but that makes sense a little bit. And every day when I ask my father, like, why did they crucify you the way they did? Why did they nail you to an oak tree? God said he was never hung on no cross. He said that was a mankind made believe for y'all to believe in Christianity of demonic of the devil. Yo, what up? You the new Bible study teacher, huh? What you got for me today?
Don't do that shit. Don't don't do that shit. If you gonna speak, you got to know about what you're speaking about. That was a whole run-on sentence of a whole bunch of sentences of shit that didn't make no sense. If you're going to speak, please know. I'm trying not to holler real quick. Please know what it is that you're speaking on. Do research on it. Go to the spirit on it. Speak on it because you know about it. If you come from a broken home, speak on that. Speak about what it is that you know. Not a lick of sense. I'm telling you. It was funny as fuck to me when I first seen it. I watched it like 3 times. So speak on it, okay? Whew. Now, I'm going to run together the and I think y'all understanding my point, right? Um I'm gonna try to get through these because I don't know much, but I'm going to the spirit on it. Um the hair store and the thrift store, I'm gonna run them together. That shit was funny as shit. It was funny as shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. Let's take a quick break. Mhm. Mm. Buffalo ham. Okay, we'll do the thrift store first. We're still laughing. I don't get the step together. It was the buffalo ham for me too. Unlearning. That got me some unlearning to do. All right. Thrift store. Thrift stores, it may not be very difficult either because sometimes it depends on just the location that you have. Now, sometimes you can have a thrift store out of a house, just like you can have a club out of a house, a juke joint, a strip club. You can do that out of a house, make it an after hour. Yes, the fuck. Excuse me. It depends on what your dreams and your goals are. Okay. So for a thrift store, really what you need is things that are going to be vintage. Absolutely. Um, consigned things. That's kind of how Plato's Closet and different places like that. You know what I'm saying? How that kind of happens. People want to get rid of shit. Um, Not everybody wants to go to a garage sale, although I love garage sales. Not everybody wants to do that. So really you just need a place. So if there's like a small little a little shop that you can get, you can make it a vintage store. You know what I mean? Thrift stores now should be different than what they was when I was growing up. Thrift stores when I was growing up, it had all kind of shit in there. I mean, my favorite was to go to look at the cash registers. You didn't got to have all of that in there. You could have like the Snooty Fox in Cincinnati or Kentucky. I think it's in Cincinnati though. The Snooty Fox. That's a consignment shop, and she has high end shit in there. You can go in some of these Goodwills and find red bottoms. It depends on where you get your stuff. Some women have consignment stores in their closet because they've been holding on to shit. You would think that nobody wants to wear that shit, but my cousin Asia, who's a stylist, that's where she goes and pull a lot of her stuff from consignment shops, Goodwills, different things like that. And if you know a seamstress, you can have your shit. You can take them to dry cleaners. Okay. Matter of fact, you can become a dry cleaner if you know what the fuck you're doing. You can take your shit to dry cleaners and get you a seamstress and alter some things and give it a different look. You know what I'm saying? And put it up and have you your own like boutique consignment vintage place from hats and different things like that. Like it just depends on what you get and where you get your stuff from. Now, you can go to some of these rich neighborhoods because they love to have garage sales, and you fuck around and run up on a pair of red bottoms for $5 because they're just out there, just and you go buy them bitch for $5 and you put them in your thing, you get them clean, make them look good, and now you about to turn you a profit because you can go back and you can sell them from anywhere between $20 to $120. Depends on what you want to do with it. You got to know how to put it. Get you a couple of these really cheap mannequins and dress them. Get you some vintage ass jackets, a little cut off, little 80s type shirt with some jeans, make it look good. You got to know how to style it. My cousin is a stylist, honey. She pulls a lot of her shit from Goodwills and vintage places. Okay. So that's how you do that. And it depends on what kind of location. If you got a small storefront, where again you could take some income tax and just, make that shit work. Grand opening. Be kind to people. People love to come in. Let me tell you something, though. Let me tell you something. Don't lowball yourself. Price that shit. Why? Because people like to spend money. They like to think that they are getting something. Now, how do you sell that? Let me tell you. So now you have set up this vintage consignment shop, Melanite Beauty Vintage Consignment Shop. Melanite Beauty Vintage Consignment Shop. When they come in, two things will sell them. Three. Right. Gratitude. Mannequins that's dressed nice. Security standing at the door. The third thing, would you like some water or some wine? If you get stamps, go and get you some cheese and some grapes. Get you some wine and some water. The little bottles of water. When I had my office in Nashville, when you came through my door, I had several offices. I had in my office there, I had a lobby with beautiful chairs, a plant. It was a table that had tea, water, chips on it. My clients could come in my office, and the middle office was Bridget, and my front office was the tattoo person. He used to do tattoos. People like the thought and the look. People like the thought and the look. Instead, you've seen people steal mannequins. I mean, you have somebody offer them, like when I went to go get my nails done and I seen them had drinks, I want a drink. Now I feel real motherfucking bougie. Now I feel real bougie. You got to know how to do it. Got to know how to do it. Now, let me give you another little tidbit, because even though you have Melanite Beauty Vintage and Consignment Shop, on this wall, you can have somebody renting this wall. I was going to do that with a Gino. She was making hand over fist money. She gave you 3 months. This wall belonged to somebody else. The middle of the floor belonged to somebody else. This side, this little corner belonged to somebody else. My cousin Tracy owns Lola's Closet. You may go in Lola's Closet and she got somebody who got their glasses up there. They make designer glasses. So now you may have Kiana, her line of clothes, because she don't really know how to get her shit out there, but she is a seamstress and she's trying to be a designer, honey, and she got her clothes and she just got some shit from the boutique that now this is her wall. and you getting a profit off of what the fuck she sells. And now your little counter up here where they check out, you got a girlfriend that makes natural products. They got a little small little setup up here. You get a profit off that. Plus, not to mention, somebody sell designer glasses. You get a profit off of that. I'm just saying. Not to mention, you got your big baby daddy pretending to be security at the motherfucking front door, looking serious as fuck in his chair. And then you have your glasses cannot be dusted. Everything needs to look fresh and beautiful. Bottles of water, small, not big ones, small bottles of water. Why? Because people want to be able to drink the shit and get rid of it. I don't want to carry nothing around in the store. So if I do, I want it to be cute. And you get rid of it. Period. Hair supplies. Now, the hair supply, it may, like the young ladies of B&B Beauty Supply in Cincinnati, it used to be owned by Asian. They put all of their money together and the baby daddy and whatever kind of money stick that they had together, and they bought him out. He wanted to sell it. They bought it out. It already had everything in it. All they did was bought it out. Again, you can take your money and buy you some bundles, or you can buy the neighborhood hair. Take your money that you have. If you don't have very much and you're just trying to get started, well, let me tell you how to do that. You want to get samples of hair from manufacturers. See what the best hair that you like if you want to sell bundles. Okay? You want to be your own walking billboard. Your hair, girl, where you get that hair? Oh, I sell hair. Oh, girl, how much is your hair? Now you have your listing. It needs to look professional and good. You can have it on a card. Here's my price. Here you go. You could go online because it's only $30 to $40 per month if you do a GoDaddy. You can go online and set up shop. Because let me tell you, people think, well, I need about $2,000 or $3,000 to give me some hair. Bitch, no, you don't. You need to be a walking billboard. These are my samples. You can get pictures of the hair from the manufacturer, of the samples that you have. Now, that is what's on your website. They're going to order it from you at a different price. Then you're going to put your order in from the manufacturer. You're wholesaling like houses, bitch. This is just like wholesaling houses. That's what you're going to do until you get your money up. Get you some motherfucking lashes. Get your friend who sell natural products. Put it on your website. Get a profit off of that. You ain't got to have all of the money up front. Tatiana had ordered these. Get something that's unique, like because she wanted to sell lashes, so I told her to get some samples. She ordered them in bulk. We still got them. We got to put them to use. They're different. You know how some people have they lash things, which you can with your lashes come in. She found some really cute. They look like pill bottles, but they made for lashes. You sell the lashes out of the pill bottles. Get you some shit that's going to be different, that's going to stand out, because people like packaging. A lot of people, when you see hair reviews, see the hair comes to you. When they order from you, you give them a 10-day turnaround time. You can order it and have it sent through Amazon Prime, which you can get in 1 to 2 days. Okay? When it comes, it's coming to you. Because now what you're going to do, because this is your fucking job. You ain't got no other job but this, to work this shit to death to make it work for you. Now you're going to make sure that the hair is what it's supposed to be. You're going to put it in a little silky, cute little bag that got your little label on it. You're going to tie it, put your little label on it, put it in a little cute box that you didn't fucking order, and give them something free. I don't give a fuck if you give them a brush that you bought from the dollar store. Everybody like, girl, I got a free brush, a free wig brush, bitch. And did. A free pair of, you hear me? A free pair of lashes. You hear me? Oh, I got a free pair of lashes. Oh, bitch, I'm about to be real cute. I know. Now, they probably review your hair, give it, send it to somebody, ask, can they do a review? Send it to a fucking YouTuber. Hey, can you review my hair? Yes, I will. Who will you get that hair from? And now they know. Now the money is coming in. I have a friend in Cincinnati named Kiki. She has Admire Me hair. She sells bonnets. She didn't put her shit on bonnets. Get you some bonnets. Put a free bonnet in there or something. Get the little lace tire down things. Create your own bonnets. Get somebody that can sew and make the bonnets, but you put a different factor on there. Put the little tapey thing on the fucking bonnet. Everybody in the world love bonnets. But put your logo on it. So it's not just a regular bonnet. Put your logo on it. Make sure your logo go around this part of it or something. Now you're in the motherfucking money. You're going to add that to your website. Now Kiki delivers. Where you at? They say, where you at, queen? Where you at, queen? You here? I got some. I'll go and get some lashes. Even shit, when I go up to O'Shea's House of Wigs, if I buy me some hair, he be like, I'm going to throw you some lashes in there. Okay. I buy a pair of lashes, he give me another pair for free. You got to be able to put some shit in there. People like free stuff too. Sometimes you got to give away something to get something. Don't be afraid. I keep telling people, mobile is going to be the shit. I used to have a girl named Ebony Irvin. She used to sell African skirts. Beautiful. I loved them. The first time I seen them, I said, girl, where you get that from? She said, I sell them. She would bring them to my house. I would go through what she got. She only coming to sell me one or two. I fuck around and I done bought one for my sister, for my nieces, one for Toddy, two more for myself. Don't be afraid to travel to people to sell them your things. Mobile is where it's at. Not to mention, if you get a van, or you can get you some kind of truck, box truck, trick that out. Excuse me. Turn that into a mobile boutique. There is this little young chick that I ran into. She was parked in Avondale in one of the little parking lots. It looks like a little bitty ass trolley, but it's her little boutique. She was number like 20, 21 years old. I said, where the fuck you get this little trolley from? She said, I had to send over from Europe. It was cheap. Took her income taxes or some shit. Ordered a trolley like it's a little pink little boutique trolley. She set that shit up. Only 2 people can be in that bitch at a time, but then nobody get fucked. They were standing outside waiting. Because she had cute shit. And all she do is pack it up, attach it to the car, and gone. There's ways that you can do this shit. That goes for hair, for the consignment store, for a lot of this different shit, for the, you know what I'm saying, for this shit. So yeah, okay, let's move on. Branding, that you can get with any of these people on here that need help branding. You can put together you a team. What do I mean when I say that? Say, for example, you want to do branding, but You got somebody who knows how to do advertising or marketing, but they're not working. You have somebody that can do logos, create them. Now you have a 3-person team. You in branding, you may have an eye and understand how to brand somebody and what they need. Now, you, the marketing motherfucking and advertising genius, and the person who can do logos and work websites and all this shit, now y'all have a marketing team, a branding team. And you're going to go to some of these people who can't afford the shit that, like, you know what I'm saying, but they could pay something. You want to start wherever you can start to get your name out. You do a great motherfucking job. And people will shit. You listen. You got to work. Sometimes you got to work with genomes. Listen. Sometimes you got some beauty supply people that's just opening up. Sometimes you got young girls that got boutiques, don't know how to market their shit. Ain't nobody really coming in because they don't know how to market. They need branding. You got some of these people in here that's going to need some branding. It's that simple, that easy. You go online, y'all all cute and dolled up. Maybe the guy is a logo. Maybe the logo is a guy. Nice looking. Listen, sex sales. Put him out front with his cute ass. Everybody, now we dressed up. Greetings, Business Meeting 101. I am Kiki. This is Leonard, and this is Shelly, and we are XYZ of branding. Now, what you want to do is give branding tips. Make sure that you got the little cute entry. You can do it as a podcast. Go hand your business cards out. Ming Lee, when Ming Lee got started, she moved to motherfucking Atlanta. She had $500 to her name. She said she ordered business cards and she didn't stop passing them out. And she could slay some motherfucking hair. So she was having to do hair and walk and pass out her business cards. Now Ming Lee is a motherfucking household name, bitch. Even when you're looking at interior decorating and design, you should look at open houses. People need people to stage houses. Like when they're having open house, sometimes the houses are empty and people want to see what it looks like with furniture. So then what they hire people to do, they get some sort of reasonably priced interior designer, decorator, because you are what you say you are. Have you ever designed or decorated before? Yes, absolutely. Have some shit staged where you can take pictures. Have a portfolio. Bitch, I don't give a fuck if you got to go do your best friend house. Have portfolios. If it's got to be your house, have portfolios. Then inside of there, you need to also have somebody that have drawn like some shit out for you. And you say, this is what it would look like if you stage. Because sometimes your portfolio is also you staging on paper. And then what that would entail is you have different textures and textiles and colors in there, and you have it as a portfolio, and they're going to be very impressed. So you can pass your cards out at home places, Home Depot. See if they allow you to do it. You can be in there, act like you're looking for painting. Let me slide you my card real quick. You got to be able to do that shit. And then staging the houses. A lot of open house people, like I said, it's an empty house. Not necessarily go get you a real estate agent, get a contract with them to where you're going in staging their houses that they're getting ready to sell. All that entails, let me tell you, is you go to some furniture place because they will rent out the furniture. Okay. So you're going to get it at a reasonable price. You're going to have it staged in there for a certain amount of time. You're going to have the table set up. The table needs to look like somebody lives there. The furniture needs to look like somebody lives there. Okay. It don't have to be a full house. Sometimes it's just like living room and they can walk through and see different things. Okay. You can have shit set up on the walls where they can be able to come in there and look at. You can watch different shows to show you how to do this shit too. textiles and carpentry and different things like that. You need to know what you're talking about, how to have it stay so it doesn't look cluttered, like it looks modern, it looks sleek, it looks new. You know what I'm saying? You got to know, have an eye for that shit and know what looks good. You know what I mean? And so when you stage it, you're going in there to get things for a reasonably priced, because sometimes, again, they'll let you use the shit and it must be returned because you're renting it, you know? And then you have your crackers and your wine set up. So when people come in, they have all of this. You understand what I'm saying? That's how you get started. And you give your business cards out. The biggest thing I can tell you is, you always, my uncle used to tell me, you got to look the part to play the part. Nobody wants you in a motherfucking house with your bonnet, your flip-flops, your jogging pants on. Whatever luscious hair you have up under that motherfucking bonnet needs to be done. You need to look your best. If you're not a makeup wearer, that's all right. Your face needs to be clean and glossy and shiny. You need to have some lip gloss on your lips. You need to look like something. You need to be dressed professional. No t-shirts and jeans. You need to be dressed professional. You need to speak as if you know. If you have a hard time pronouncing words, bitch, sound it out. They not talking to you or hiring you for your vocals, for your skills, but they want you to look the part, to play the part. When you go in there, you need to have numbers. You need to go and look at different places and have that shit inside of your portfolio. This is where I know I can go and get these things for this kind of price. Or I can rent it for here for you, and I can stage it because I have a good relationship, a good rapport with XYZ Furniture. And yes, they know me. Totally, they know me. And so, yeah, Steve and I, yeah. Your portfolio is what sells you. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. No, that ain't your biggest problem, because you charge what the fuck you want to charge. But you don't want to charge too much. You don't want to charge too little. You want to see what is being charged. That's all. You call some. What does it cost? Like you're going to hire them. What are you talking about, girl? You call these motherfuckers like you're going to hire them, and check at least 10 of them to see what the pricing is, and you go with the middle. Now that's your price. All of these things are doable. From holistic to the nonprofit, all you got to do is set that up. Get that, what is it, C105, C3, whatever the fuck that is. You have to go and do your research on these different things. Go and do your research on these different things. The ambulatory, really, when you say an ambulatory, what you need is a van, or some sort of bus, right? You may need the contract with some sort of like Medicaid, Medicare. You can get a contract with some home health care places. There are some young Black girls that have opened up home health care, and it's moving slow, but they need these kind of services, people to go pick their people up and bring them. That's where your head must be. Networking, 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 networking. Now, the bank may be the most difficult thing, but you would have to do your research. I don't have a lot of knowledge on that, but it's doable. We all need to get together and look at that. 501c3, that's what the fuck it is for your nonprofit. You need to know what you're doing. Again, you need the numbers, you need the layout, you need a presentation. You can't go in there like, because really what I wanted had thought about, I was really had wanted to think about doing, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. When you thought about it, you come back with a greater thought. No, you need to be professional. You need to always look the part to play the part. You need to have your portfolio. Everything is about presentation. I don't care if you got to come in there with one of your friends that you know does very well in speaking, and she may know something. Bitch, come in here with me, because you speak better than me, but you have the knowledge of it, but she speaks better. So what you're going to do is go in there. This is my associate. Everybody is shaking hands. Everybody looks professional. You want to talk like the fuck you know what you're talking about. You want to have your shit in line with your presentation. You want to be able to let these people know and think that you know exactly what you're talking about, because you should know exactly what the fuck you're talking about. All of these different things are doable. All of these different things are doable. Holistic healing, you can do that right out of your house. Yeah, I'm a yoga instructor. I do Reiki. I have herbs. All you need is an area, a mat. You can order you one of those waxing tables. Get you some sheets and shit that go on there. Your serene music. Get you one of them little waterfally things. Play you some rain music in there. Have them come in and lay them the fuck down and do your holistic healing. You call out to the spirit. You ask for help and let Mary Light and Mama come in there and help you. You incorporate the spirit and do your holistic thing. Burning the sage. You need to know what herbs you can work with and what you can use. And start to be serious about your thing. Get you some hot rocks. Everything is about presentation and being professional and knowing what the fuck you were doing. Everything is doable. Everything is doable. Just wanted to put that out there. I show gratitude for everybody showing up and allowing me to give you some of the knowledge that I have, and getting what I don't know from the spirit. Okay. I believe in everybody. And I know that we're greater together than we are apart. So, whether you are going to be networking or just trying to figure some shit out, okay? So, I love y'all to life. For those who have donated, I show gratitude. You can always hit the Cash App. If you don't want to donate to the GoFundMe, I'm going to have Miss Vet come on. Miss Vet called me today, the lady who put up the GoFundMe for me. She says, I feel like I need to come on and let these people understand why I did this for you. So I will be doing, I believe I'm trying to set up with her tomorrow to do this live with Miss Vet, so she can come on and she can speak as to why she set this up for me, why she felt like she wanted to do it, because it definitely had nothing to do with me. For me, I probably would have never done it. Although I wanted to do it, I probably would have never done it. And so we'll be speaking with her probably tomorrow. And so I hope this helps everyone. I hope you are able to take the knowledge. You don't need much to start. You don't need much to start. While I have you on, let me see if I can find who I was talking about the wholesaling. Because, baby, all you need is some time. You got to be able to put the time in to find these listings. Let's see. Listen, there's all kind of tutorials, step by steps. Okay. Let me see. His name is Max Maxwell. That's his name. And he is, yeah, right on the eyes too. This is Max Maxwell. He knows exactly what the fuck he's talking about. Go to his page, find everything you can find on him for real estate, wholesaling houses, flipping houses. Go to his page. He's going to give you a lot of information. Let me see. There's another one. I'm going to give you a few of them. Yeah, this the other one. His name is Ty, but he's called Ask Flip Man. He's a black man. Go into this. I know Cosmic TJ had thought about this for a while. Look into this, y'all. Go to his page too. Okay. There are several young black men. I'm gonna see if I can find them, because these black men, honey, when I tell you these young black men, they're on it, they're making hand over fist money. I just happen to not have that kind of time that I need.
The ugly part of wholesaling houses, the part that nobody likes to talk about.
There's the ugly part.
Guys, not every deal is going to be a home run.
And not every deal going to be a
deal
home run
on the first or second call every time.
Yep.
On average, guys, it takes my team 7 to 12 touches before we get a deal. And that could be
And that's nothing. That's nothing. All that is calling, finding the properties, because it can be done. It can be done. I think I've watched her before too. Let me see. Wait a minute. Trying to get to her page. Yeah, I've watched her before too. Money moves with K. These people know what the fuck. She's a hotel owner. Listen. Hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. A lot of us need to be owning hotels too. Y'all can do this. I've never seen him, but he looked like he got a few videos, so he may know what the fuck he's talking about. I was trying to find this one young black guy. Um, Man, look. My first real estate deal, how I made 10,000 in 30 days, bro. It's doable. People just don't believe that it's doable. People don't want to work that motherfucker hard. They rather smoke a joint. Knock it the fuck off. You can do what you know you can do. You ain't got to believe it. You got to know it. What's her name? Noelle Randall. Look her up. For the people that want to be the motivational speaker, look up Lisa Nichols. Lisa Nichols. Okay? I love y'all to life. Y'all gonna be so proud of me. I just went and got me some potatoes and eggs. No pot, no crab or nothing, just some potatoes, eggs, and corn. Because I wanted to see if I really missed it, if I really wanted it. And it was good, but it burned my stomach and I ended up throwing it up. But that's neither here nor there. But I wanted to get it without getting the crab, and I got it. But now I'm about to go to the grocery store and just get me some fake ham and cheese and make some sandwiches because I'm ready to lose weight. I'm ready to get back on track, and you can too. I love you to life. Take whatever note you have and do what you need to do because it's doable. Spirit believes in you. Adina believes in you, and I love you. I have a class up. I have a few of them up by the end of the night, but I already have one up on Eventbrite. Make sure you go and get the ticket for that. Tickets are only $30 for that class. It is soul and spirit, the connection and the frequency. So go online, get you a ticket for that. I'm getting ready to put up the class with Miss Hope Ransom about date rape and different things like that. Make sure you're checking out Eventbrite to get everything that you need too. Okay. All right. I love you to life. Peace.